Okay, so now we are live on YouTube. The topic for today is meat consumption and its social and environmental implications. Just to quickly introduce what we're doing here, TNT is a project for us to practice foreign language. It's available in Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, English, German. I think that's all of the languages. It's a safe space for us to have conversations. So please be respectful. Let everybody share their ideas and have the same amount of opportunity to do so. Now I'm going to split you into breakout rooms. You're going to pick a leader and you can start your conversation, okay? Now just a second more, guys. We are in total, how many people? 14 plus me, so it's 13. Have somebody else joining us. Okay, so I have opened 3 rooms. If you got an invitation, it means you are going to a breakout room. It's probably showing on your screen. Okay, so if you didn't get an invitation, it means you're staying here with me in the main room. Welcome everyone. So how we do this, we introduce ourselves and we try to answer the first question, which is, have you ever considered the impact that meat products have on the environment? So have you ever thought about this before? Thiago, you? Thiago, I'm not listening to you, so I think there's a problem with your microphone.
Are you listening?
Now I am. Yes, now it worked.
All right, Thiago. I'm leaving. I moved to United States recently, and I entered to TNT to practice English. And well, let's start with the first question. Have you ever considered impact of meat products? Yeah, I never considered it. I just consume. And I'm not a vegan guy. I just eat what I like. That I never thought about the impact of the these products on the environment.
Okay, and so you eat meat normally?
Yeah, everything. I mean everything.
Yeah, me too. I'm just checking to see if there are any vegetarians or vegans here to contribute to the discussion. And Laura, you?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Ana Laura. I am 24. I live in Cruzeiro. It's a small city in the countryside of the state of São Paulo, and I'm working as lab analyst. Attending here on TNT meetings since May. And yeah, definitely, I have already considered the impact of the meat products in the environment. I do like to watch some documentaries, and I have already have research in university, but I'm not vegan, neither vegetarian. I eat meat as Tiago.
Okay. Igor Freitas, you?
Good morning. I am Igor. I'm 22 and I'm from Ouro Preto, Minas Gerais, and I'm a medical student at Federal University of Ouro Preto. And about the meeting products consumption, I always thought about it. I'm not a vegetarian. I love meat actually, but I thought about it because I watched once a YouTube video with uh, Greg News. I don't know if you know that discussed a little bit about it and the impact that it have on our environment, and it's a huge impact, and it's actually devastating, as we see in Amazon and other parts of the world. But I only reduced my consumption, but not stopped it with it.
Yeah. So do you guys eat meat every day, like in every meal? Not every meal, but yeah, maybe in every meal. Like, do you eat meat every day and in every meal? If anybody wants to answer this?
I eat every day in
Every
meal,
day. Okay.
but not a
Me
lot
too.
of meat.
Do you,
Meat,
Ana
you
Laura?
mean just beef, just like the cow's meat? The cow.
No, every let's just say every kind.
Oh yeah, I eat in every meal.
Every meal. Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking there is this one solution, not so entire solution, but one thing that we could do is at least one day of the week decide not to eat meat. That would help to reduce the impact it has, but nobody does that. Like a very few people do that, me included. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, there is a movement, right? It's Friday
Yeah,
without
yeah.
meat or Monday without meat.
I think it's Friday, like no meat Friday or something. So guys, the second question is huge. I wrote basically a small dissertation here. So I'm gonna read this quickly and let you guys think about it. So from the video, we see that the amount of land used for grazing animals far surpasses the land used for building cities. The trees in this land are removed, and the animals placed there release a huge part of the gases responsible for global warming. Did you know of the toll this dynamic has on the environment? What do you think of the way the meat industry works today? So what do you think of this dynamic? Have you ever considered it? The toll is basically the negative impact, okay? So Thiago, you.
Yeah, it's interesting. I never knew that animal gases would impact the environment just because it's it's natural. And I ever thought about the industry, the cities would have an impact on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very, very strange to me. Think about it.
Yeah, because when you think of like global warming and gases that are polluting, you think of like cars, industries. You
Yeah,
don't think
car
like
industry,
of a
yeah, that
cow.
kind of thing.
Yes. Igor, what do you think?
I think this is most for cow, right?
Yes.
Because I see that pork, for example, it has an impact, of course, but I think that there are some ways that they do that big make it the impact lower.
Mm-hmm.
Like the methane that porks produce, I know that can become energy for some places. But with cow, this doesn't happen, and it's a lot of space. So I have thought about it, and I actually sometimes try to think about some solutions for this besides the reducing the consumption. And it's very hard because it's the way that it works so far, and it's hard to provide a new strategy to produce as much as meat that we consume,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes, agreed. It's really hard to think of alternatives to produce the same amount of meat. I don't think that it would be possible unless they create like lab meat, meat that is produced in laboratory, which would be kind of, I don't know. I don't know if I would want it. Would you? Although if you think of the
Strange.
way although if you think of the way meat is produced today, it is pretty like terrible. Have you guys watched that movie? Now I forgot. I don't know if it's the movie on Netflix. Have you, Anna? About the animal and the little girl?
Yeah, it's a enormous. It's just like a pig. I don't remember, but it's different. It's a animal that was created in the lab, right? To be huge.
Yes, and to have like the tastiest meat in the world.
Yeah, yeah. It shows some cruelty of the people there, testing and doing the things with the animals.
Yeah.
It's a interesting movie. I remember that I watched it once with my mother.
Yeah, and it's not that far from what we do, right?
Yeah,
It's like
definitely.
fiction, but it's not that far. And it's when you think about it, you just kind of get a little bit guilty and then you just forget it and then you move on with your life, but it's quite terrible. And Thiago said like, oh, I never thought about this because animals are like natural, but the amount of animals, like the amount of cattle and porks and chickens that exist today is totally unnatural, right? It's just we put in there, and of course it's going to have an impact on the environment. So number 3 here would be, beyond the environmental aspect, there is the social aspect. The concentration of land for agriculture, mostly for grazing animals, is a problem. I think in Brazil is a pretty huge problem. So do you agree with this? What do you think about this, Igor?
It's a really huge problem because we see that Amazon, is that right, has been devastated, especially in a couple of years ago, and will have the consequences of this. We are having the consequences right now, but I think it will be worse next years. So that's it.
Anna, what about you?
Oh, sorry. I just want to say that I didn't answer the second question, but
Oh, so
just
sorry.
quick.
It's because we
That's
were talking
okay.
about the movie, then I forgot.
Okay, that's okay. So I just want to add that I was really shocked by the huge difference between the land that we use to build cities and the land. I never imagined that the difference was so tremendous.
Mhm.
And yeah, the way that the meat industry works today, I believe, yeah, as Julia was saying, yeah, the lab meat. I believe, I believe that this is the future. Not just because of the meat industry has this problem with the gas emissions and the problem of the land, that the subject of the third question.
Mhm.
And but because of the water as well, right? We in the next couple of years we're definitely, probably we are going to struggle with the uh, uh, distribution of water, and I believe that we will have to decide, or we send the water to feed the animals and they drink, and or to use it for us as well. But I truly believe that the lab meat is the future. Actually, I have already studied in a discipline in my university because I did biochemical engineering, and I had a professor there that he was teaching us about the growing of cells growing in lab, animal cells. It was an entire subject discipline about it, and I was really excited to see and to learn about it. It's a very interesting subject. And that's it. Sorry, I talked too much.
No, it's super interesting to see that it's something that it's more and more possible to be done. I didn't imagine that we were close to it. I never researched about it. I don't know anything about it, so it's really cool to see that you already learning the starting point to maybe in the future we can produce meet in a lab. Let's see if people will take it, right? Because usually we there's this whole debate between what is healthy and what is engineered in a lab, right? And people usually put it at opposite sides, like, oh, this come from a lab, this is chemical, it's not good for you. So I wonder how this is going to play out. Tiago, would you eat a piece of meat that was made inside a lab?
Maybe. If tastes good, I would. But we have a discussion about organic fruits. We already have this kind of the discussion of organic fruits, organic food, and well, we have a lot of the industrialized food like chips.
Mhm.
You know, we already nowadays we eat this kind of food. So what's the difference? And the vegans don't eat meat, but they eat soja. Don't know how to say soja in English.
Yeah, right now I'm not certain either. Does anybody know how to say it?
It's soy. I don't know.
I soy, yeah,
Yeah,
soy,
soy.
Soy, yeah,
I forgot it.
yeah. They eat soil to simulate meat.
Yeah, and soy has it's a huge impact in our environment in Brazil because it is responsible for deforestation too. We export a lot of soy. So yeah, it's complicated.
Yeah. And if you see in São Paulo, for example, we don't have a great impact. We have great cities. I don't think we have a social impact. We have great cities where the people lives, and a larger most part of land is a larger farm in São Paulo. And I disagree a little with Igor, because in Amazon we don't have a lot of farm in Amazon. The problem in Amazon is about people that destroying the forest for extracting woods. This is the biggest problem in the Amazon, not the farms. The farms are most concentrated in São Paulo, in Brazil.
In the state of São Paulo?
Yeah, state of São Paulo. Most of the farms are concentrated there.
Okay, yeah, we're going to discuss this later in the questions I wrote here. But one of the pieces of information that was shown in the video is that 80% of deforestation in the Amazon rainforest is to make way for cattle ranching. So it's to make way for cattle to be placed there. So a lot of the deforestation is actually because of the meat production. I don't think that agriculture takes the most part of it. And also, I don't think that the wood market takes a lot of it. I think it's mostly because of the cattle. Does anybody want to comment?
Thirsty thought.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not something people think, like everybody knows. Like before I watched this video, I didn't know it either. I
didn't know either.
It's something to think about. Igor, do you want to say something?
No, that's it. Like you said, we are not used to think about it, but maybe there are more farms in São Paulo, for example, but the amount of area, the area that is destructed there is higher, is larger. So there are many points, right, that we can see in that.
We can consider. Yeah. Guys, can I move on to the next question? Yes.
Yeah.
So my next question is, how many times? Oh, we already discussed this a little bit because you guys said you eat it every day. But have you ever considered maybe spending one day without eating meat or reducing your meat consumption, Anna? You?
Yeah, I have already think about it to adhere to this movement, Friday without meat. But actually, it's tough because not just because this I am used to eat meat, just like I don't know if everybody is used to use this expression mistura in all the meetings, but
okay.
but I don't know. Animal protein for me gets me more satisfied. If I do not eat meat, about 1 hour later, I am hungry again, and then I will have to eat again. And actually, I have seen a lot of my friends that were that turned into vegetarian or vegans. They started to, I don't know how to say engordar
gain weight.
Get weight. Yeah, because they are always needing to eat something. And actually, I think that when you do these movements to, I will stop to turn or vegetarian or vegan, I have already saw and doctor saying that sometimes we do have to consume some vitamins, you know, to balance, right? Because the meats are full of vitamins, iron that we need to stay healthy. And when you cut off all of the sudden, your body maybe gets sick. And then you have to balance this with vitamins, right? And not everyone has the money to do it, right? Or to buy these these products. There are some products that are enriched with vitamins, right? I have already saw some vegan products, but they are much more expensive, and not everyone has this economic power to do it. And that's my point.
Yeah, really complex point there. Hunger is another problem in our country right now. It's even getting more and more attention from the media. I don't know if you guys saw that video with the people kind of scavenging a meat disposal truck, that they were like rests of meat in this truck that were supposed to be thrown away. And I'm not sure where it was. I'm not sure if it was in São Paulo or but people were like getting inside the truck to get the rests of meat. Has anybody seen this?
Yes, it's actually the bones of the cows, I think, that is
Yes,
a
there
bit
were
of
just
meat
the
there.
bones. Yeah,
I think it was in Rio.
Rio. Yeah. Yeah, guys, problematic. But Igor, have you considered reducing your meat consumption?
Yes, considered I had. Not, but I never did it. Maybe in the future, I'm not sure. But besides the social problems and the environmental problems, it is a healthy problem too, because a lot when you consume a lot of meat, your body cracks, because there are many impacts, bad impacts on your body. But in the other hand, you need the meat, you need the protein, you need the vitamins. So I think it's all a matter of equilibrate the consumption, not eat a lot, but eat the what you need to eat.
Yes, I think that although the point you guys are making is really valid, I think that thinking about your diet is something everybody should do, even if you eat or you don't eat meat. So like even for us who eat meat, we still have to consider the amount of protein, the amount of carbs and everything. I think for vegetarians, it's just a different set of I don't know, a different type of diet, but you have to do the same amount of effort, you know? It's just that because we eat meat, we think, oh, everything is okay. We are eating the same amount of vitamins and the good amounts. Like but it's not necessarily that. Like many people who eat meat have really bad diets and really a bunch of problems. What do you think, Thiago?
Yeah, what I think is we need to eat meat because it's a main source of protein. It's important to your body. Mainly for the it's important. It's very important for people practicing any sports, and even the people down. Protein is important to your body, but yeah, we can reduce a little. What I can see is we eat a lot of meat. It's not necessary. We are overreacting on it. And by the way, every Wednesday we have a barbecue here in my house with a lot of friends, and we, you know, we eat a lot of meat.
I imagine. Every Wednesday, every single Wednesday.
Yeah, every single Wednesday.
Wow. Wednesday is an unusual day. Why
Yeah,
Wednesday?
don't know. The guys start that party for 10 years ago, and at the Wednesday, and
It stay
it
there.
continues that way until now.
Interesting. Yeah, we do have barbecues at my house too. Not every single week, but we do have them. So I'm guilty too of a few barbecues.
It's usually on a Saturday. Wednesday is very unusual.
You are in the United States right now?
Yeah,
Because-
I moved here from 1 month ago.
Because the
I'm
United
living with Brazilian guys. I need we speak Portuguese the entire day. I need to practice English to live here,
interesting.
you know.
Good. I asked you this because I know now it's just going to be a total off-topic thing, but the United States has a very different kind of barbecue. Have you guys?
Yeah.
They eat like
It's not
burgers.
this barbecue part was when I live in Brazil. Here, we don't
Yeah,
have
the good kind.
that.
Okay. Guys, so yeah, let's continue focusing on the good. Let's now discuss the types of barbecue we enjoyed the most, because that would be totally terrible. All of a sudden, like, oh yeah, I love it. I love my burger. So my next question is, what do you think of plant-based products that try to replace meat, like vegetarian burgers and beef? Are they a good replacement? Would you guys do a barbecue with a vegetarian burger? Ana Laura.
Oh, I think that it tastes good, and I think that is a good strategy, right? For people that they are disgusting, they have some disgust for vegetables, and it's a good strategy to try to replace and try to make these plant-based meat to look like meat, real meat. I think if it tastes good and seems just like meat and have the same amount of vitamins and proteins, I would consider to give a try and try to put in my assimilate in my diet.
Has
And
anyone?
if the cost as well, I would consider the cost, but unfortunately nowadays it's a little bit expensive to because if we do some research, we can find it in some markets, right, in some supermarkets, but it's a little more expensive.
Yes. I was going to ask if anyone here has ever tried a plant-based meat or burger, beef. Nope.
Not yet.
I haven't either.
Not yet, too.
Yeah. I live in a very small town, so it's impossible to find it here. But maybe I would try it. I think another point that people are criticizing is because it is there. Maybe there is a lot of chemicals and additions to make it seem like meat, so the plant is not there anymore. Almost it's like it has been altered to the point that it's just, I don't know, too much. I don't know if you guys
It's too artificial. food, artificial food. It's too artificial.
Too artificial. Food. Yes, too
artificial
food. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a healthy thing. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe eat meat is more health.
Yes, it's healthier. Igor, healthier. Have you ever? Sorry, Thiago, we're going to say something. Anyone?
Nope.
Okay. Igor, you?
No, I have never tasted it. And I think that try once or twice just to see how it is, if it's good, if it's tasty. I would try, but I don't know if I would eat every day because maybe it isn't healthy, and maybe it causes the same, not the same, but some impact, bad impact on the environment, just like the meat. So maybe it's better to stay eating less meat do que instead of sorry, instead of eating something that it's not as tasty as meat, and it's just unhealthy as meat, right?
Mm-hmm. So guys, is reducing meat consumption a good solution for the issues we discussed so far? What else can be done? Anna, what else can we do? Tell us.
Yeah, I was typing here because really quick. I remember there was a series on Netflix, a documentary called Explained. And
I know, I really like this one.
An episode long time ago about this topic, right? And I searched here is the third episode of the second season, then explains about this plant, the future of the meat market, and explains a little bit about the how it works, this plant meat. And I remember they were explaining that it's just one or two components that they have synthesized chemically that it would do the plant meat to look like meat and to smells like meat. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting. It's the third episode of the second season. Give it a shot if you guys want to learn about it. But about the question, yeah, I believe that reducing meat consumption is a good solution. Maybe what else can be done? Or there's so many things that we can do. Maybe try to. Oh, I'm not so sure how can I explain it right now. I will pass this time, but I cannot think right now how I could answer. But there are so many things that we can do. But yeah, we can do. It's a anti-work, you know, trabalho de formiguinha.
Okay. Good. I don't know how to translate that expression, but it was a good try. Anti-work. So the explained series, I really like it. But I didn't know about this episode. I'm going to check this out. The last one I watched, I think it was about dogs. I'm not sure, but I've always watched like one episode or another. So Igor, what else can we do in your opinion?
First of all, I think we have to invest on research about it, because there are many things that we can think about it. For example, maybe build some vertical farms with any structure that maybe takes the methane from this place and maybe transform. I don't know if this word
Transforms it
exists.
into a form of energy.
Yeah, as a form of energy. So I think that research should be done about it to try to think about these new things, if it's possible or if it's not.
Yeah, wow, you went far there in your imagination. I liked your creativity. A vertical cow farm that transforms
Maybe,
some of the methane into
yeah,
energy.
that's one thing that we need creativity.
Yeah,
Maybe
no, I think
apply
that's
to
the right
that.
mindset. Thiago, do you have any idea what would we do?
Yeah, maybe we start a social change on, for example, change the regular car that burns gasoline with electric ones. That would have a good impact on the environment. And I already drive a electrical car. It's a very interesting thing. Yeah, I think this is will have a better environment impact than reducing meat. That's what I think. Basically, it's that one. I can see the all this impact of producing meat, the farms on the environments. It sounds very strange to me.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a better start producing a clean energy, like a solar energy. The people would try to use solar energy to improve the impact on environments. Yeah, I think those things would have a better environment impact on the road.
Okay. So guys, I brought some of the people from the breakout rooms back. I'm saying some of them because I believe some people exited, I'm not sure. Yeah, now it's everybody. Okay. So for we have just like 1 minute. Let's move to the last question. What are ways we can have a balanced diet without eating meat? So now I'm going to ask for someone who was in the breakout room. Yasmin, do you know how to have a balanced diet without eating meat?
Oh, I was saying that I don't eat meat like here in my house. Meat's so expensive, so we are all eating chicken. And I don't know. I think it's something complicated because we use it to eat meat since we were a child. So I think we need to eat more vegetables, but vegetables is something that I don't eat too. So for me, it's more complicated.
Yeah, I imagine having thinking of a diet, like a healthy diet, it's something really complex. So Bruno, do you have some idea?
We were talking about it in the breakout room. Maybe talking to some people who understands and like knows about the bio digestion. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but like maybe talking to specialized people who understand this area would be a great idea, and like asking for help because I don't know. Maybe eating a lot of vegetables and like I know that there are specific vegetables that that have more proteins, and so maybe talking to someone who understands it, it will be a great idea.
I loved it. Like, I don't know, so ask to a professional, please. Okay, guys. So I think we need to close now. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. It was a challenging topic, but I was going to ask if there's anyone here who actually works with nutrition. Anyone? No, because sometimes there is. So maybe I would ask this person and then they would be able to give us a better answer. But thank you everybody for joining. I'm going to show you guys something just because I need this to be on YouTube forever. We made a little jacket for my dog out of a sock. She's a puppy, so I'm going to show you this. And she's going to tell you guys, bye.
No way, that's so cute.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.